Hello and welcome, my name is Lynx and today we are playing Reimagined from Jaden and Nguyen, who is a part of Studio Eureka. And we played one of the games from Studio Eureka yesterday. And Reimagined is on the list of their games as well. But when you go into the game, it's under the name that I already mentioned. A little convoluted, yes, but whatever. We have another game to play today, so we'll do that. Synopsis is super short. A short visual novel about discovering the mystery behind yourself. That's about it. Let's find out what exactly we are going to be discovering about ourselves. Buzzing. Sparkling pane of noise. Suffocating sound. A dissonance ringing in her ear that she cannot get rid of. Prickling her mind, she lets it linger, but that has left the kaleidoscope to surround her, busying her entire body with a cacophony in the void. Her eyes jolt open. Stabilizing herself against a wall behind her with an arm, she observes her surroundings and marks them as unfamiliar to her. The pandemonium once filling her mind slowly dissipates. She decides to tread through the dim-lit room in front of her. Scanning the space, she's muddled with a disarray feelings that move like raging waves within her. Where am I? She picks herself up from the hard mattress and stands on the floor. In her confusion, she continues to wander aimlessly around the awfully tidied bedroom. She notices at first that the smell of cleaning chemicals fill her lungs. Pictures hanging around her room were aligned on the wall like a grid. She touches the bedside table and feels the unusual slipperiness of it, supposing all the friction has been forcibly wiped away. Everything in the room is placed perfectly, as if nobody lived here. For a moment she tries to remember how she got here, but her efforts are futile. She then tries to search within her own memories of her own name, and yet she can't come up with a single letter of it. This must be a dream. As her eyes bounce around the space, she takes a moment to observe the room in front of her. Okay, we get to click around again. I like that. The clock's hands move robotically and rhythmically, reminding her of the passage of time. There is nothing unusual about its presence. For every second that ticks, she wonders to herself how long has she been here. As the parent hand talked, her questions stumble further. The length of her stay concerns her, as she is unable to pick apart the answer from her head. Furthermore, she worries if anyone's waiting for her, but deep down she feels like nobody's coming here. Is it peculiar or constraining? Let's say peculiar for now. It has a peculiar shape compared to the minimalism of the other items. In this room, the glass in front of the time reflected her image. She remembers placing a clock here, so this must be her home. But for some reason her mind couldn't fathom that this was the place that she lived in. There was none of the soothing familiarity that she hoped that she would pick up from his memory. Home shouldn't be as strange as this. Okay, there is a mirror. I kind of don't want to look into the mirror. At the moment at least. So let's look at the 2000 pawn. Is it puzzles? This might be puzzles. Yes, I was correct. She focused on the stack of neatly placed box of puzzles on the center table of the room. Pictures of forests, oceans, and ponies. Quite an odd collection. You know, every time someone mentions puzzles to me, I remember, like, my mother absolutely adored puzzles in the past. I know she has not been buying them at all. I feel like for Christmas 3 years ago? Something like that. I bought her like 3 boxes of puzzles. She has not done them since. They are literally on top of the wardrobe in one of the rooms. 2 of them are unpacked. One of them she maybe opened and started doing, but never finished. But I guess that's what happens when I sort of refuse to do that, okay, myself. But I guess the generations before me as well, they are kind of like addicted to work. I think that's the way I would describe it. And that's something I don't want to ever fall into, that's for sure. Like, I want to actually have a life, sort of. That makes sense? I think. Anyway. Curious or chaotic? They don't seem chaotic to me, so let's go curious. Looking closer, she notices that the puzzles have not been open yet. She wonders to herself if they were new or a present to her. Is the character of this game my mother? She opens a box that had an ocean scenery on the front. Bits and pieces of a whipped blue to be connected. The faint light creeping from the windows shines on the puzzles with the iridescent sapphire hues on the front. She closes the box. Okay. Let's go with the clothes. A rack of clothing stands awkwardly aside the wall. Every article of attire hangs neatly and organized. Dude. I literally yesterday have gone through my wardrobe. Organized, restricted. I mean, you said it's organized, so let's go with that. In the inspection of the rack, she accepts these items are her own, for she doesn't remember her hands putting the clothes here. The rack is orderly, each piece of clothing carefully dangling like stairs on a staircase. The shoes beside them are clean as well. Not an inch of dirt can be found on the outsoles. Nice. It's a satisfying image. She remembers feeling proud of their assortment, but nothing further. Okay. Let's save. Dude, save. It's a short game. I'm saving like maniac, like always. Let's go photos. Her eyes move to the assortment of paintings and pictures. Okay, not photos. Inspecting further, she notes them to be photographs of scenery. Airy hills and mountains, oceans and scenic views. Mixed in with the photographs lie sketches and messy paintings, amateurish at best, but for some reason still in line with the beautiful sceneries. Awestruck or dull? Let's go awestruck. She finds them pleasing to the eye, calming and quiet. For a moment her eyes dance and she imagines breathing in the nature displayed on these pictures. The forest fluff of the oak trees rustling in the harsh wind. The sand kicking up her feet as the waves wash up at the shoreline. Raising her hands toward the sky and picturing herself grasping at the clouds. She wonders who or when these pictures were made, if they are hers or if they were given to her. For such a poor work to be hung, they must be cherished by someone kind. I mean, isn't that you? Alright, mirror. The mirror is strikingly dirty compared to everything else that has been polished in this room. She wonders what would allow herself to let it get this dusty. Clean or avoid? Let's clean it up. This mirror is strikingly dirty compared to everything else that has been polished in this room. She wonders what would allow herself to let it get this dusty. She decides to wipe her palm against the dust to look clearly at herself. Inspecting the reflection, she is reminded of her situation and is concerned once again. She brushes off the dusty hand with her other hand and thinks on cleaning the mirror later. And suddenly she hears knocking at the door. There was a light knock. A person, a real-life living being, wants to visit her after all. Turning around, her hands hover over the doorknob, but an invisible barrier. Her hesitation prevents her from turning it for a moment. Why do you not have a visor? Where's the visor for the door? Come on. She stands still without opening it until her thoughts are interrupted by the knock again. Fear and curiosity conjure in her mind as to who or what lies on the other side. Well, if she had a visor in the door, she would know. Before she can open the door, she hears the jangle of the keys and the door creaks open. Hey, honey, I'm home! She stands uncomfortably, confused as to who this person is and what they are doing here. What she is doing here. The person has an apron full of colorful stains and wrinkles draped around her. She gives off a sort of weird awkwardness in their stance, like they do not belong in this pristine space. She smells like coffee and syrup, a sweet honey smell compared to this bedroom that is washed out with bleach. The stranger stares back at her with a sort of happy look a puppy would give her seeing their owner come home. Her face then slips to a concerned gape when that affection isn't reciprocated. Who are you? What? She was met with a deafening silence. Every confusion memory in her life since she supposedly came here was always met with silence. Do you know where I am? Huh? Silence again. Every non-response just tells her that the stranger knows something she doesn't. Do you know where we are? The stranger continues to leave her remarks unanswered. Her expression shifts from concern to frightened to a deepening guilt. Why won't this person answer her? What does she have to hide? Can you please say something? Anything? Her confusion tips over to frustration at a fundamental secret she is for certain the stranger knows. Finally, she begs the question at the looming locked gates of secrets that weigh on her mind the most. Do you know who I am? As she leaves her questions unanswered, she grows frustrated. Sparks of that noise before she woke up begin to come back. She can feel it from within. The bubbling echoes of sounds in here and there. Her brain fizzles and fries. Multitudes of shapes, colors, lights, things start clouding her ebbing vision that shows the stranger. The sensation overwhelms her so much that she holds her head with her hands to try to ease herself from an extraordinary unknown. I'm sorry, I don't know. Her mind steadies at the words. Breathe in and breathe out. Everything is okay. She'll find out in due time. I hate being like this. I know what you said, but you've really gone too far and you knew this would happen. She knew that this would happen. Whatever could they mean by this? Do you really not remember anything? I can't. Please, could you explain to me what is going on? The stranger moves to the kitchen, opening a drawer that shines brightly once opened. My eyes! From it she draws a light, sparkling bright and noisy. The stranger brings it to her. What is this? The stranger holds the light delicately and uplifts it to confused partner. The ball of colorful light travels in the air, floating blissfully until it reaches her and is absorbed into her skin. Okay. The noise in her mind grows louder. Rampant colors begin to pop and bubble inside of her. Alongside them are her memories. One by one she recognizes and pieces it all together. She remembers her home, which she has spent diligently cleaning until it was unrecognizable. Even the slightest speck of dust that shone from her bedroom window drove her mad. She remembers work, which she dreads sitting in the plastic wrapped chair and staring at the computer for 7 hours. It didn't matter if she worked, because everything she worked for was always overlooked. She was simply another worker in the many cubicles in this building. She remembers her lover, who has embraced her during her proudest and darkest moments. Memories bubble of her hurting her love. She, the monster who has done reprehensible things to her, was still held in her forgiving lover's arms. As she recalls, she can feel cracks of light within her, splitting and breaking the confines of her skin. In its remembrance, she sees its beauty and its pain, a recognition of what she is and all she tries to be. Has this been all she's lived for? Has this been what she was trying to avoid? She falls to her knees. Are you okay? As her heart beats, she remembers what she tried to hide. Her light kept within a beam of radiance that she could not hold any longer. She remembers the final confrontation with her love. It was her lover's hesitant agreement to this plan, to forget who she is, to forget that part she despises. In both a fit of frustration, awe, and realization, she finally breaks down into sobs. Hey! She continues to cry and messily wipes away at her tears. How could she let herself forget? Her whole life. How could she deny that? Ooh. This looks fantastic. Her partner embraces her. She feels her partner's arms wrap around her, and the usual smell of coffee stuck to her apron. Her partner's messy hair tickles her neck as she moves in closer. She misses her radiance that shined even brighter than her light. She notices her partner is shaking even while comforting her, so she squeezes her back. Their hearts were connected once more by the thread of light. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I can't believe I let this happen. She notices her partner sniffles at that and holds her tighter. Everything's going to be okay. I'll always be here for you. The noise, once loud and disorientating, engulfs her. She accepts it, the pain quickly dissolving into a homeliness. She lets the light bubble and spark out of her skin. Shine pours from her veins, her skin melts away, and she lets herself be in the moment. Her partner could die by her partner's embrace held her even tighter. I never want to forget what I am. The end. I'll be honest, if you ask me what this was all about, I could not explain that to you. I guess it's about what the description said. Discovering the mystery behind yourself. By the way, this game supposedly has 2 endings, so... Link to the game in description! Ladies and gentlemen, go and find out the other ending as well. And I'll, in the meantime, as well, will do it myself. Because that's how I roll sometimes, and sometimes not, but yeah. That's how we roll with this one. How come it's not going after... Oh, there was something. I clicked skip, and that made it work. God damn it. Okay. Reimagined. That's what we played. Interesting little thing, that's for sure. I definitely like the interaction that these devs decides to put into visual novels. It's not big interaction, but it's always something, and that is deeply appreciated. And that artwork at the end was super nice as well, by the way. To be fair, the one in the main menu, also looks fantastic. But yeah, with that being said, that was a short video. Hope you enjoyed. Consider liking the video if you did. If you're new around, consider subscribing. Always super appreciated. Tomorrow we'll play something else, and I wish you a fantastic day. Bye-bye.